Hey folks, Wayne here at Ram Man Inc. Don't forget the ink. Told you this seems like to be the season of Hemi cars. So, as you can see right here, we have two that have already been done. We just got this unit in from, I think it's Sweden. Krister. So he's got a 67 Hemi GTX. That's what these parts are off of. So, as we can tell, what we have here is we have a standard early Hemi unit. How can we tell that? We can tell that by the nose cone. See, the tandem Bendix, remember, it came out in '62 on the Imperial. They turned in an order with Bendix to come up with an extremely powerful double diaphragm booster to run an 1 1/8" bore drum brake master cylinder. That's why it was carried over to the Hemi unit. The early nose cones, 62 through 68, have the twist-in check valve. You'll see that's a circle with 3 cutouts. And so that's how you can identify the era of the Hemi. So it's either got to be a 66, a 67, or a 68. And that's good enough. Now, I always tell people to send me all the parts, and typically they don't. And the reason I do this is because what you're getting ready to find out. There have been several instances that I've run across where pieces are missing. The spacers are missing. The filter's missing. Do they got the right boot plate on the back, the factory one, or is it some G-hide replacement look-alike for a regular? Same thing goes with the brackets. Tell you what happens to the brackets. They sit a long time and these square pins rust to the double brackets there, and the bracket assembly locks down. There's been some we couldn't even get apart with a torch. There have been some that I have been unable to get apart, and we used all means available. So, he wants to check everything out. Needs new boots. As you can see, most people don't understand. There's actually quite a few parts to the Hemi assembly. It ain't just a booster and a set of brackets. I want you to look at some of these parts. Yeah, there's more than one or two. I'll tell you something specifically about the 67 GTX. There was a time when they ran out of standard firewall tandem Bendixes. And there are some 67 GTXs out there, 440 cars, quite a few. Read again, 440 cars that have Hemi power units in them. Yes, there's quite a few. Quite a few. Moving on to his master cylinder. So, what we have is, we have a correct original Bendix, a 5621. And over here, we have our 2 stampings. That is just Bendix stuff. And then we go to our second line and we have a 3 and a space and a 135 and a B. So what is this? This master cylinder was put together on the 135th day of 1973 on the B shift. You'll see A, B, and C. Most of the time it's a B or C. So, 1973. So, obviously this master cylinder was not original to the car, even though it is a premier specimen. And of course the lid on it's wrong. Remember, guys, in 69 and 70 J1703 lids, 66, 67, and 68 the lids were 70R3. 70R3. So, there we go. That's a brief overview. We're going to go through his Hemi unit, get it all squared away, get everything replaced, new boots, whatever. Going to sleeve this master cylinder. Looks like somebody probably already tried to work on it. That is obviously a new piston. Probably tried to put in a new kit. But of course, it's pitted up and it's been sitting forever. It's a hydraulic cylinder. The bore's got to be smooth. By definition, it has to seal. You can't be running a pitted bore, and a master cylinder kit jammed in a pitted bore ain't gonna do you a whole lot. So, not only are we gonna sleeve this and redo it, but I'm gonna try to find him a date code correct unit for his car. That would really be fantastic. So, we's looking for an early one, a 7. Really, really, really hard to find. Really hard to find. Trust me on that one. Anyway, God bless you. God bless America. And happy Moparin. Bye.